I think, in many respects, Star Trek Strange New Worlds is, for all intents and purposes, a reboot of the original series. I mean, yes, it is based a few years before it, which is why Captain Pike is still in command, but this is supposed to be the original Constitution-class Starship Enterprise from the original series. Or at least, that's what we're expected to believe. That this is the same starship as this.
Right.
But I think at this stage, they should just come out and admit that this show isn't a true prequel, that it is a reboot. In tone, in costume design, in set design, it's just completely different. It's a complete and total reboot in a different universe. That's how I see Strange New Worlds. But anyway, putting that aside, Strange New Worlds is going to complete 5 seasons. It's about to air its 3rd season. But it turns out there could be plans to continue this story with a new spin-off of the show, which would see Paul Wesley take center seat as Captain James T. Kirk. Let's take a look now at this article from trekmovie.com. Star Trek Strange New Worlds showrunners talk 5th season end, suggesting continuing with new original series show. The full article is linked below for you to check out. Over the weekend, Strange New Worlds executive producers Akiva Goldsman and Henry Alonso Myers attended a Season 3 premiere event at the Tribeca Film Festival in New York. I'm going to move down the article a little bit here to the part I'm most interested in. It says, picking up on what Henry said about how the characters' stories aren't ending, Goldsman teased they could end the show only to keep going with something new. Akiva Goldsman, he says, when we run into the original series switching to conspiratorial tone, but they're not dying, and we have those sets, Goldsman is suggesting the story of these characters could continue, which potentially could be a new series set during James T. Kirk's 5-year mission on the Enterprise. Or he could even be thinking bigger, suggesting a movie or movies. As of the 3rd season, the cast of Strange New Worlds already includes several original series characters, including Kirk, Spock, Uhura, Scotty, Chapel, and Mbenga, along with some familiar guests. It wouldn't be surprising to see Dr. McCoy, Sulu, and Chekhov show up before they wrap the 5th season. No, I would not be surprised by that either. Well, look, if this was to happen, it wouldn't be the first time the original series has been rebooted. These characters were already reimagined with new actors, with a totally new look and feel for the J.J. Abrams Kelvin timeline movies, which began back in 2009. Now, I'm not saying that doing it again can't work, but I think new creative individuals and leadership would be ideal, because to be frank, Strange New Worlds is simply not good enough as Star Trek, in my opinion. I've talked about this many times. It's too full of gimmicky episodes. The characters just don't act professionally like proper military officers on a starship, and Spock has been turned into the butt of the jokes. It's done some good sci-fi episodes, sure, but the quality of the show is just not consistent enough. On the subject of an original series spin-off show, I have to be honest, I think Paul Wesley is a good actor, but I think he is miscast as Kirk. He doesn't have the presence or voice for the character. And there's just some characters, I think, who will always be one particular actor, right? No one will ever see them as anyone else. This is why prequels in Star Trek have become so redundant. Kirk will always be William Shatner. So, how do you guys feel about the possibility of them rebooting the original series? Again, nothing original about that idea, of course. Another reboot, prequel? I mean, really, do we need one? The franchise really needs to move forward. I mean, I thought we were going to get a follow-up to Star Trek Picard Season 3 in the form of the plan that Terry Matalas had with a Star Trek Legacy spin-off. That doesn't appear to be happening right now. Instead, we're getting Star Trek Starfleet Academy, based post Star Trek Discovery. Can't wait for that. Anyway, guys, I'll throw it over to you. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell to be notified of future updates on the channel. Hit that like button. Share this video out there. Take care, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.